Have you ever danced with the devil? Took a glance at a rebel, had a chance to advance. You are not on my level. You are not my equal. I can pose another sequel. Those that do oppose, I was exposed and leave you see through with the spies in my eye. Recognize me as a legend. Refuse to cry or die so I may never get to heaven. I've been yelling and rebelling since the days I was a youngin'. Been a long time coming, I'll be damned if I'm running. Original individual, so I'm living like a criminal. Give it to you, fool direct, no need to be subliminal. Say a nigga name quick, but never to be famous. Put this thing up to your brain, and I'll leave you brainless. Got you suckers, ducking knuckles, watch you buckle as I chuckle. I can see right through your heart. You don't wanna start no trouble. Thought I couldn't get it crunk, well hell I beg to differ. I'm far from a punk and ain't your ordinary nigga. Fake niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your brains. Fake niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your face. I'ma break them all, break them all. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared. Be prepared to take a loss. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared. Be prepared to take a loss. I can see me leading the legion, screaming in the evening. I had the kids pleading, why is daddy not breathing? See, daddy was a heathen, daddy was deceiving. Told him last season, all I'm needing is a reason. I have no sympathy, consider me a lethal weapon. Remain a mystery consistently, I keep them guessing. With the world on my shoulder, my heart turns colder. Life ain't what you think, before you blink it could be over. Ready for revolution, retribution's a solution. There is no forgiveness as you witness evolution. The world revolves as I evolve, take a stroll through my soul. I don't plan to ever pause or take it easy on my foes. Break them off with a pencil in a simple instrumental. Situation detrimental if you disrespect my mental. This is how I really live, I hope I never have to kill. I represent self-defense, if I have to then I will. Niggas, I'm back, the game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your brains. Fake niggas, I'm back, the game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your face. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I don't wanna beef with anybody, but I'm far from afraid. I'm a grown ass man, ain't no games being played. Better shut your friggin' mouth before I kick up in your house. Forensics at your residence, no evidence to figure out. Wasn't seen, had to see, no if or answer in between. This is what I do to you or anyone who intervenes. I refuse to be a prey, not tomorrow, not today. I'ma be a predator. Hell, there is no other way. Bust your brain if I must. Leave you laying in the dust. Only God understands. That's the only man I trust. The rest of y'all die slow. Die with your eyes closed. Talk behind my back, but you can't look me in my eyes though. That's what you call a coward. You can find me down in Broward. Tell me where you want it at. I'll be there in a half an hour. Diamond chains, take them off. Haters, I'ma shake them off. I only deal with the real. All of the rest, I break them off. Niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your brains. Fake niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your veins. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss.
Acknowledge me. Straight Talk Society. This is your host Trevor, and I'm back
with another episode of Straight Talk with Trevor, the podcast, where no topic is off limits.
Ain't trying to fuss, but it's a must, you gon' respect this. Plus your nuts will touch the dust, you trying to check this. You ain't insane, I write your name down on my checklist. You think I'm playing, I leave you land, I leave you breathless. As human beings instead of being so many try to please you. You ain't seen what I have seen in my society.
Hey, I'm just a man with a microphone. What the fuck do I know?
You can acknowledge me.
Straight Talk Sessions live.
What's up, Straight Talk Society? I am your host, Trevor, and welcome to another edition of Man Talk Monday, proudly brought to you by the Straight Talk Society. Let me see. I got one of my co-hosts in the background, so we're gonna get this thing going right now as I bring in Mr. Controversy himself. Not that one, the first one. The second one should probably be in shortly, but the original Mr. Controversy. What's up, Mike?
I'm chilling, man. How you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So today's Man Talk Monday, and you guys know how it goes. We don't really have a pre-planned thing as to what we're going to talk about. I do have a couple of things I want to just hit on, but before we get into my portion of the show, so a funny thing happened to me this morning, and I'll address it on another stream. So, I've been bringing over the religious guys, the preachers and everything, because I mean, like the Straight Talk Society, that's what it's about. It's about, bridging the gap and letting everybody know sinners and saved people could, coexist together. So, I've been interviewing the preachers and everything. And there's a particular guy that calls himself a prophet. So by that, first of all, he's lost his mind calling himself a prophet, but so I call his show today. I called his show because I've been watching him for about a month. Off and on, I've been watching him for about a month, and I've never seen this guy give a prophetic word. I've never seen this guy, break down scripture. I've never seen this guy do anything but get into beef with people on YouTube. So I called his show. Okay, hey Wayne, I'm gonna drop the link real quick, but I called his show and
maybe he's the prophet of beef.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what he is. He's a friggin' beef prophet. So I called his show today, very respectful, more respectful than I normally am to other people. So I was very respectful to him. I asked him first. I was like, well, I'm not gonna play it today because I don't have it chopped up the way I want to put it into my board before he tried to flag my channel. But I called very respectful, and I asked him, I'm like, how do you know you're a prophet? Just stuff like that. So I was getting to it. I'm like, if you're a prophet, all I do is see you beef with people on YouTube. Man, I might as well talk about his mama then. I mean, this joker went off on me and told me to shut up and get the hell off his channel. Don't ever call his show again. He called me a dumb bastard. When he closed his show out, he called me a stupid bastard and told me I'm going to hell and don't ever call his show again. So, Mr. Ingram, Prophet Ingram, you have just been officially put on Mr. Straight Talk's hit list. So I'll be dealing with you sometime coming up in the near future.
Nah, that's your fault. Don't you remember in Songs of Solomon where the prophets called everybody bastards?
Oh, I forgot that. I didn't read that one.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta read all of them, bro.
Yeah, I forgot I didn't get to read that one, but yeah, Ricardo, if you free, you can hit the them Bible numbers be killing me. It's crazy because I had Reginald Young come over here. I got St. Louis come over here. I had the conversation with Jansen, and the conversations went so cool to a point now where I even got other ones coming over wanting to have like debates on the channel. I got a guy trying to set up another debate, just trying to set up a debate with Reginald Young. Everybody they think they want. Hey, what's up, St. Louis? They think they want Reginald Young, but they really don't want Reginald Young. Reggie gonna smoke him. So, but Mr. Ingram, I will deal with you at a later date. Tonight's Man Talk Monday, so I'm not gonna get you. You're gonna get Mr. Straight Talk in his full form when I unload on you. All you didn't have to talk to me the way you did, and I'm not offended. I'm just saying, what if I was somebody that wanted to get back into church and I was calling you asking for help? The way you talked to me and called me a bastard, a stupid bastard at that, and you told me never to call your show, and so you just lost a soul, buddy. So it's
in Acts, bro. In Acts, verse 5. You called them names to bring them back to the flock. It's not an Acts.
his blood, my blood gonna be required on his hand. But what's going on, Wayne?
Bro, I literally just got home from work, man. I'm so tired. My job, they trying to stress me, running me around. Other people are making mistakes, and then I fix them, and then they try to blame me for the original mistake. I'm like, nah, we're not doing it. And then when I go, no, I didn't make the mistake, we're not doing that, they go, why are you so aggressive, black man? I'm like, it's a no-win situation.
Always aggressive black man.
What's up, man?
Wayne.
Mike.
Oh, okay. Hey, man, cut the sexiness out, man. Ain't no women on the panel. Man, be on here talking all sexy.
He just goes on. He just went off on you like that, just for no reason. Just the guy.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna play.
You say
I'm gonna play it. I ain't gonna play it on this show, but I'm gonna play it like he legit just went off on me, called me a stupid bastard because I checked him. I asked him. I'm like, bro, if you're supposed to be a prophet, all I see you doing is beefing with people on YouTube. So he just went off. So I know Wayne probably had some things he wanted to discuss. I know Michael could rock with anything, but there's something I did want to a couple of things I wanted to address before we get too far. The conversation that we had Saturday night on the Black Sperm show, it spawned. It got bigger than what I thought it was going to be, especially towards the end when we start talking about the dress of these young women. So I know how me and Michael feel about it. But Wayne, what's your thoughts? You got a daughter. I think you had two daughters, right? Yeah, you got two daughters. So what do you feel about the way these young ladies are dressing? And when I say young ladies, I'm talking about like under the age of 13.
I don't like it. Sometimes you see it's kind of 50-50, man. Some women, they dress their kids appropriate, and then some of them, because these women, man, they try to make these children their friends versus trying to be a parent, I see. So if they got a son, they try to dress them how would they want their man to dress. I seen a kid had this big old necklace on, and he had name brand stuff, and that's all right, I guess, but it was just like, yo, that's too much for that kid. Then the young girls, man, I see it all the time. Most of the time, what I think it is that sometimes we live through these children. Some adults, they want to live through their children. I hear they don't want their children to be picked on, so they try to dress them up as nice as possible. But yeah, man, I think it's kind of dangerous, man, the way they let these young girls dress, man. And they got to be careful with that, man, because there's some monsters out here, man. So
Wayne, I understand it. We got daughters. All three of us got daughters. We don't want our daughter to be picked on, but what does that have to do with her dressing like she's going to the club?
Yeah, I agree. That's why I say, that's why I say some of these women, man, I think they try to see themselves in these children, and they want them to dress like they want them to dress like they would dress. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't understand it because I don't know. I've never been just close to a woman like that who dressed their children like that to ask, hey, why are you dressing your kid like that? Because for the most part, man, I would say something if it was a family member or if it was somebody that I knew that was close and they had their daughter dressed like that.
That was
but
gonna
I
be
wish
that
I-
was that was
Yeah,
gonna be
go
my
ahead.
next question. That was gonna be my next question to you. Let's bring it right home because we always bring it home on this one. How would you feel if one of
Yeah,
your
yeah.
daughters was like, all right, I'm gonna wear this?
Yeah, I would say something. We'll talk about it. Definitely, we'll talk about it. Me and my kids' mom, we'll talk about it. And you know, and I just have to say, no, we're not gonna do it like that. And you know, me and my kids' mother, we do have that respect for each other. Where you know, if I say, hey, that's too much, they'll be like, all right, you know, okay, I understand or whatever. But I mean, they pretty much do a good job of making sure they're not dressed inappropriate. You know, so.
Bro, I am
Yeah.
confused. I thought I was the middle person, and Wayne was supposed to be out there because we on different wavelengths on this one, my G. This just happened to me at the school.
Okay.
My daughter, you know, my daughter's tall if you ever see her pictures,
Mhm.
and she had a dress, and the dress was at least 4 inches above mid thigh. And your boy went to school. I saw that. I let her know that was the last time she was gonna ever see this dress again. I didn't ask her mom a damn thing. I took it off, cut it up, and threw it away. And I told her, I'll buy you another dress, and it's gonna be size 15 or whatever it's gonna be. I'm not
Right.
this conversation when it comes to my daughter's safety. There's no
Oh,
compromise when it comes
absolutely.
to safety. I don't give a damn if you love it, but these are really cute. Everyone likes them. That's
Right.
good. Let everyone else wear them, not my daughter.
Right. Absolutely.
Hey, what's wrong with you, boy? You ain't get your coffee?
Who, me?
Yes, you sound
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
relax.
Wayne, don't. No, Wayne, trust me. Hey, Wayne gonna turn up soon.
No, I'm actually trying to plug up my laptop because I don't want it to go dead on me. But now
Yeah,
we're
we
just
just
doing that. But,
we used to see Wayne. You very popular with the ladies. I should
oh,
just tell
yeah.
you that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know you told me. I listened in on the show the other day. I listened in a little bit.
Well,
Well,
what
you
did you think? What did you think about exactly what they said about you?
They don't. I mean, you got to. I mean, but I think that happened. Listen, man, I talk to a lot of men all the time, and listen, I really push back on when women say communicate. I think men communicate very well. I think women don't really comprehend that well a lot of times when we're talking. So what they were saying, they kind of was taking a lot of stuff out of context that I was saying, which is what women do a lot of times. They don't really, some women, I ain't gonna say all of them, they don't get the context and stuff, and they really just misinterpret everything. Like there's this this comedian who said has this bit where he says like me and my wife was having a conversation, and we was like, if you can be whatever animal you want to be, what would you be? So the wife was like, I'll be a lioness, a queen of the jungle. And she was like, well, baby, what would you want to be? He said, you know what? I want to be an eagle so I can kind of fly around. If I want to change scenery, I can. And she looked at him and was like, oh, so what you saying? You don't want to be with me? Because he said he didn't want to be a lion and she wanted to be a lioness. He was like, nah, that's not what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? And that's exactly when you're talking to women, it's like you missed everything I just said. Like, what does that got to do with anything? So that's how I just took it when they were saying female, and it's not about what we are, it's about who we are, which it is. Like a lot of times, like we approach a situation when we dealing with certain women, you gotta deal with, what they are, which is a woman, a female, not who they are. Like who they are is their degree, their job, their personality, but I mean just like their nature. We gotta look at that as well. So
Man, I had to learn that lesson hard, bro.
Yes.
I call it terrorism. Whenever they ask you questions that emotional terrorism. When they ask you a question, you have to answer a certain way or you're gonna get in trouble. Emotional terror. Do I look fat in this? Heifer, you knew you looked fat before you asked me. Why you gonna make me feel bad about it? Like that's on you, bro. And the 2 C's: communication and consistency. Women love to say, I want communication. These are the most inconsistent human beings on the planet. Their favorite motto is, I'm a woman, I reserve the right to change my mind. Heifer, that's inconsistency. Literally, that's the definition. You are insane, bro. I just, you know what? I ain't gonna put her out, but I just had like a little situation with someone that ended because this woman's like, oh, I dealt with a guy who wasn't communicative, and I wish I was communicative, and then she just ain't talked to me for 2 days, and then came back the next day like, hey, what's going on? I was like, not us. Bye. Because if you don't know how to communicate, if you can't tell me you ain't gonna talk to me for the weekend, like I'm good.
Yeah, hold on real quick. Hey, Adrian, no, I didn't get anything from Jansen, but I'm gonna have to reach out to you later because there's somebody else that wants to debate Reggie. So we'll have to get together later on that. But so another thing, Wayne, that they were saying about you is how you sweetheart them to death, like the condescending way you like sweetheart, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So they just feel like you were like a condescending prick, basically. You just, you know.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not used to a man freely speaking his mind, saying what he say, I mean, my girl was like that. I mean, she had the kind of like, I mean, she understands it and she gets it. She likes it because, you know, I mean,
you can say hi, but
some women not used to a man being straightforward and speaking his mind. You know what I'm saying? And saying what he says. I mean, like I say, I talk to men all the time, and man, they can't talk to their wife. They're afraid. They don't want to speak up, or you know what I mean? They're like, man, I don't want to get her mad or this and that. I mean, some guys, I got like this one guy told me, he was like, hey man, you know, you got to keep the cookies on the bottom shelf. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, you know, sometimes as black men, man, we don't want to mess up either the possibility of getting sex or just not getting sex at all. So a lot of times we edit ourselves, and I'm like, yo, we got to stop editing ourselves, man, with these women, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're in a marriage, you know, either way, if you want something in your relationship, if you want something in your marriage and you're not getting, like, look, I tell guys, man, when I talk to them, I'm like, yo, your happiness has to be important as well, bro. Your happiness has to be important as well. You know, I get guys all the time calling, man, hey, man, she won't wear this sexy thing that I like, man. And I'm like, yo, tell her, you know what I'm saying? And ask her why she won't wear it. And you know what I mean? Have that conversation. You know, man, she used to be this freak, man, when I met her. Now she don't want to. I'm like, yo, man, you know, okay. And you need to talk. And, you know, if you're in a marriage or if you're in a relationship and you're not getting your needs met as a man, speak up, say something.
All right,
and if it doesn't,
you just completely change the trajectory of the show. So let's stay right there.
Oh, my bad.
What's up, Juju? You should be talking to the host first, but what's up? I get it. I was just messing with you.
But put down.
Let's stay right there. Because this is Wayne right here. This is Wayne's bag right here. So you talk about it. You say that a lot of times we censor ourselves, just so we don't mess up the sex, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Venkat? Yeah. So let's talk about it, Mike. What you think about that,
bro? I've been saying that for the longest. Remember when I was talking about simps? That's low level simp behavior.
You sound low for some reason, Mike. I don't know. You want to turn your mic up a little bit.
Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. That's low level simp behavior because we've been told as men that our feelings don't really matter by society. We were told happy wife, happy life. So we do whatever to like acquiesce to women. And I tell dudes all the time, like, if you're not happy, leave. Like, these women have absolutely no problem divorcing you when they feel like, oh, well, his job isn't making as much money. I think I'm going to leave. I just watched a video of a woman who left her husband, and this dude had the playlist to destroy her. He got fired at his 6-figure job that day and moved his mom in so she couldn't get no child support. And now this chick is like, he's a deadbeat, he's a bum, because she thought she was going to be getting his money for the rest of her life. Fellas, leave. Your happiness is important. I'm at the point right now, and Trevor can tell you, I want a wife, right? I want somebody, but I'm not just gonna take someone because. Like, that's what a lot of dudes are doing. Because.
All right, hold on. Let me interject real quick, and y'all could keep going back and forth because I like this build. I'm gonna keep you right here. Both of you aren't married though. So
right.
you guys are talking as single men. It's easy when you're single to say
I'm not
stuff like,
I mean, I'm not married, but I'm
I
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. You could if you're not married, y'all both could just hat up on one another and dip at any time without any repercussions.
Yeah,
but
enough.
So if the sex not flowing the way you want it, then you could just be like, shit, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Well, I don't believe in saying that you just up and leave. I do believe in having the conversation several times. I do believe in having the conversation. I do believe in trying to figure it out. But I mean, if nothing changed eventually, yeah, I mean, there has to be a conversation about, hey, listen, I mean, why, look, if we can't get on this page, then I mean, because you used to be this way, now you're not. And then if I'm doing everything, listen, like I say, I talk to men all the time, different type of men, and just man talk. And they're like, I talk to her, I'm doing it, and I'm doing my part. I'm not cheating. I'm not doing anything, I'm doing things around the house. I'm paying the bills, man. And she just won't, and I'm like, well, have you talked to her? Some guys say yes, some guys say no. So, I do believe in talking. I don't believe in just getting up and packing up and leave. But yeah, you got to have a conversation a few times, though.
That's not what I said. I didn't say just get up and leave.
Well, yeah,
I said get up and leave.
That's what Trevor said. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, well, what if they use the excuse now that they work just as hard as us?
Nah, man, there's no such thing, bro. I mean, we work hard. Hey, listen, I heard this therapist.
Hey, talk your shit, Wayne. Go ahead, man. This man talk Monday. Talk your shit.
Yo, she said, this therapist, and this is a lady, man. She said, listen, in your marriage, in your relationship, you got to look sex between the man and woman. You got to look at it as going to the gym. It's needed, it's healthy, and you got to do it at least 3 times a week, at least. I mean, I get that. And this is a woman therapist who said that, yeah, it's important, bro. Sex is important. You got to make time for sex. You got to make time for each other, man. I mean, yeah, we work. Life happens. Absolutely. But, you gotta talk to your woman or your wife to say, hey, you got to make time to fulfill my needs as well. I fulfill yours. I want my needs met. And whatever that is. And I talk to different men, and they have different type of needs that they want their wife to meet. And sometimes they're not meeting them.
Go ahead, Mike. I know you're ready to jump in.
I'm just saying, I could go deeper. Like, in my relationship, my marriage, I made a list. I said, look, things aren't going good. You give me a list of things that I can do that'll make you happy. Like, when I tell you I'm the king of compromise, I'm not playing. Like, if we can balance it out, I'll do whatever it is you need, except, let you peg me or do anything to my booty. We ain't gonna do none of that. But yeah, I'm the dude that will do I really like to go out to this. Okay, I'll do it. You give me this, I'll give you.
Yeah. Romantic, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. I believe in that. But I made her, I said, let's make a list. What can make you happy? So we both had 10 things on our list. Mm-hmm. By like a week, I had done 70% of her list. She had done one thing on my list. And I asked her, like, when are you going to get to the rest of these? And she literally said, well, I was waiting for you to finish. Like, that was the mentality, because she's pretty. She's so used to just, well, you're going to do whatever it is that for me, because I'm me. Like, that's the mentality. That's why I don't mess. I'm not big on signs, but I don't mess with Leos. All y'all Leos are crazy and selfish. Y'all got it.
So look at this comment from a female, Tequila. If those needs are communicated, then it should be met. That sounds good. That sounds good. What you saying? That sounds wonderful. But
it's not that easy.
Let's keep it a buck. It's not that easy. And here's my issue, because Wayne brought it up a couple of times. When you first get the woman, they're the exclusive. That exclusive content on Pornhub that they try to make you pay for.
Which I never.
they're that type of woman. But then once you guys are together for any real length of time, then it's like most men that I talk to, they always say like, man, the shit just falls off a cliff. Now, is that just the fact that they're getting, and we're not doctors or anything, we just some men chopping it up, but is that due to the fact that complacency comes in, they get used to you, or has the attraction fainted away?
I don't think the attractions fade away. What I think women are taught to train. They're taught to train a man. And it used to be they would train a man to be the best version of himself, right? But with the modern women, it's now train a man so I can live as easy as possible and be as happy as possible. It don't really matter what he's doing. Like, that's the difference. It used to be like, I'm gonna get him, he's gonna work harder, I'm gonna help him with his business, we're gonna do this, we're gonna build together. Now it's, how can I get him to make enough money so I can sit at home and not have to work? Like, that's the difference in women nowadays. Like, you talk to them and they're like, oh no, my career is number one, I gotta go to school, and then as soon as they get a man, oh, I don't understand why I still gotta work. You're a man, you're supposed to provide. It's like, what? Then what was the point? So now I got to pay your student loans off? What was the point of that? What was the point of all that? And for the gorgeous Madam Annette and Miss Annette, that sounded wonderful, but the problem is you women don't tell each other that, because you
hold on. No, keep talking, because you asked me about it the other day.
Okay.
Talk your shit, Mike.
Thank you. Because I have to sit down and listen to women, and when I hear them talk, no matter what happens, is, girl, he don't deserve you. He wasn't shit anyway. I'm like, but hold up. You went out with your ex to the movies. You don't think he has a right to be mad? So what, I can't have friends? You was fucking him. Are you crazy? Oh, and they'll tell them whatever they need to hear for them to feel good about themselves and to blame the dude. And that's why I'm not gonna say anyone's name, but somebody brought up that N-word a couple conversations back, and that's why I asked that question, because women love to use that N-word about men. Like, he's a this, he's that, he's selfish, he only cares about himself. And I'm like, that is an actual, you know what I'm saying? That's an actual diagnosis. Just because he didn't want to do what you wanted him to do doesn't make him that. Because it's funny, I had someone call me that, and I'm like, if you've hung out with me more than 2 times, you know I can't be that. It's not in my DNA.
Hey, let Captain Manosphere get in there, but real quick, hold on, Wayne, before you say something. Adrian, I appreciate you watching me, but I know y'all Christian brothers, this may not be the show for you. So
oh man,
this may not be the show for you. I'll strike up a stream for you guys, but I do appreciate you watching, man, because we curse a little bit over here.
So this might
yeah, no, sex has to be a conversation in the beginning, and it has to be one of those obligations that, listen, loyalty is one thing, but staying loyalty to the obligations that you agreed to is another. And that has to be on the table. And that has to have a conversation. Look, sweetie, I get it that you're tired. I get it that you work, but listen, when I want sex, I want sex. You know what I'm saying? And I understand it's that time of the month. Sometimes I get it. Men are understanding. Men are very understanding. Okay, but it has to be a conversation that you like and an understanding. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? So and a lot of times, some women, they switch up. Not all. Some women, they'll switch up after a while in a relationship. Some women, they like, well, because I even talk to women too. Some women like, well, I got you, so there's nothing else for me to do. It's like some women, they have sex with their husband all the time. I talk to married women who have sex with their 10 years, 15 years still in a relationship, and freaky as ever. You know what I mean? But that's because, and she said, it's because the husband made sure that, listen, we do not take this off the table. And if this is off the table after a while, then there is an issue that we have to talk about. So, you know, and I tell guys, hey, listen, do not let that go off the table. If your needs are not getting met, especially sexually, have the conversation, especially if you're doing everything. You're not cheating, because some women are like, well, he cheated. Okay, well, we're not talking about bad men right now. We talk about good men who's doing everything he's doing in a relationship or in a marriage. And why are you not freaking your man out when he asks you, or how he's asking you to do? Because you don't have to ask him to pay the bills. You don't have to ask him to go to the grocery store with you.
Hello.
You don't have to ask him to watch Atlanta Housewives with you. Okay, so why can't you return that favor and do what he asked you to do? And when I talk to men, man, I just make sure, hey, listen, make sure whatever your needs are, make sure they're met. Don't edit yourself, and, you know, speak up, and don't be afraid to lose pussy. Never be afraid to lose pussy. I mean, and I get it in the marriage. I'm just saying, just the idea of it. Don't compromise your happiness because of you want to lose, because you don't want to lose pussy. And I think growing up as black men, that's what we was taught.
Exactly.
Like, you know, to compromise your happiness, to compromise yourself for sex.
That's why you have to keep leaving on the dresser. You always have to keep leaving as a power play, because the second a woman realizes she has you, they start acting up.
Some of them do get that way.
Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree, Mike. Ricardo, I agree, bro. I see you, bro. Shout out.
You can see the chat. I was wondering if you could see the chat.
Yeah, I'm in stream, y'all. I got to go back.
Okay.
The second she realized
I gotta go back to YouTube.
Draws anywhere else, she gonna start acting up. The second she realized this the only pussy you can ever get again, she gonna start acting up. You have to keep your shit up. You have to be like, my ex will tell you. She probably won't want to admit it in public, but she'll be like, oh, when we was getting rocky, I let her know. Oh, there was a shorty down the block who was trying to holler at your boy. I let her know. Hey, no, for real. I told her. I said, look, you gorgeous, because my ex-wife is beautiful. I said, Mom, you gorgeous. Your work is here. Your work is there. My work is here, and I get the same amount of attention you do. Don't play the game. And she understands. Come here, baby.
So hold on. Let's hold on, because again, you two are talking as single men.
No, this is when I was married.
But hold on. So we've all worked before. I know Wayne got his own business and everything. We've all worked before. And when we first got to the job, we like the first 3 to 6 months of the job. I mean, we put out, he fell off. Like we put out like we was the best employees in the world. And you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's kind of how it is with women. A lot of times, they put out for you, because I mean, like when you talk to a lot of married couples and everything like that, the first thing they say when you talk to the men, like, what's decline? First thing they tell you is the sex has fell off the cliff. And it's like, she's not the way. Well, and then you'll be like, well, has it always been lacking? They'd be like, nah, shit. In the beginning, she was like crazy and doing all type of shit. So it's like she was auditioning for the job. And now that she got the job, now she just doesn't, think she has to do good at her job anymore. Just clock in.
I'm going to tell you the difference to that. When you get a new job, and in that early moment, that early little 2-3 probationary period, right? You learn what's important. And like at my job, it's not that at my job. We'll talk about my job specifically. At my job, it's not that important to be at work on time. It's important to get your numbers up. It's important to get your numbers done. It's important to be flexible. It's important to learn every place where you can work at, to be flexible and move around in case they need you to move, right? If that's the job and it's not as important to be on time, then the person that shows up 5 minutes late every day, but he's learned every position, that person's going to be in demand. And you show up on time every day, but only know one spot, you're going to be the first one to be gone. So we learn, and I'm talking about men, we learn what's important at the job. And then we like, okay, I'm going to knock this out. I know, but like me at my job right now, shoot, if I'm literally 40 miles from my job and it's the most traffic jam in the world. And they'll be like, oh, he showed up 3 minutes late today. I'm like, all right, my bad. I'll stay 3 minutes after. But when they need someone to move, they like, hey, Mike, no need to ask. I'm already halfway there. And they love me. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what's supposed to do. And if you're a woman and you're dealing with a man who loves to get that thing, that should be, even if you can't, and I understand women, you know, the libido changes. You need to learn your man, and you need to have a line of demarcation. Like, this is something I make sure it gets done. There needs to be a minimum. I will definitely meet this line, because there's nothing sadder than a man who's in love and not getting any, and you see this guy just looking around like, yo, I used to be that dude. I used to be and now because I'm in love, I'm over here looking at it, and she walking around with all that ass, and I can't do nothing, man. That's what I say about my ex-wife. That will never be a problem, because if she cooking something, I'm like, it's on. Like, there's no. So wherever you at, ex, I appreciate you. You're still fire. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy because you're married again. But I'm just saying, I know he enjoying it too. That's all I'm saying. So yeah.
Hey, you know, with that, sometimes it's all right to marry as a freak sometimes, or be in a relationship with the freak, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you know, maybe because you hear maybe she's a freak or she got a few extra bodies, you know, don't, sometimes that's not a bad thing. I mean, you know, just because a woman has a crazy body count, sometimes that don't mean that she's a bad person, because sometimes it can work in your benefit, because I mean, she can understand that she has to satisfy a woman. Don't make a woman feel bad because she's a freak. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. No. Hold on. I ain't letting you go with that one. You was good with being the freak, because most women, when you first get them, they the freakiest thing in the world, and then it eventually dies out of them. But ain't nowhere in the hell you gonna sit up here and justify no high body count.
No, listen. I mean, but what's considered high body count though?
Oh, I'm not saying. Wayne, you really want to go there on this show?
I'm just saying. I think every man has their own interpretation of a high body count. What's a high body count to you, Trev?
Man, I honestly, for me, to like 10 or more, bro.
That's a high body count for a woman. At what age you think?
Man, if you like in your 20s, you shouldn't have already had like 10 dudes, man.
All right, 10 plus enough. Dudes. Yeah, that's a little extreme. I get that. That's a little extreme. But I mean, if you meeting her at 35, what's a high body?
Cardi said 50 or over.
Now, 50, that's a lot, Wayne, for a woman.
Yeah.
See, but that's where they tell me that I'm old fashioned, because for a woman having that many bodies on you, to me, is a problem. And I know they're gonna be like, "Oh, Trevor, shut up."
Wait, you don't know what you're talking so about. At 35, 10 bodies is too much. 40, 10 bodies too much.
At 40, it should probably be half of that, like maybe 20 bodies.
Yeah, 20 bodies.
Mine is different. I move different.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Because of today's age, people been freaking. Because I know what I was doing at. I probably shouldn't say the age. I was freaking early, right? And I shouldn't have been. So when it comes to body counts, for me, it's the era you have the body count. So if you had, let's say you had 12, right? Between birth to 25, 30, right? And then you have 15 after that, that's when I start thinking, oh, you don't have any discernment. You still falling for the games you was falling for in your 20s and teens and your 40s. You still falling for the F-boy games. Damn, girl, I ain't never felt about a girl like this ever. For real. You still falling. I call it the Fifth Element. You remember Fifth Element when he was hitting that girl? It's like, I never felt this way about a human. Like, you still falling for them games. If you falling for them games at 35, 40, I don't want you. I'm good. Keep your body to yourself.
Yeah.
If you still falling for the yo, I really feel like you and I are meant to be together. What's your middle name? I don't know. Bitch, you falling for that? You don't know this nigga middle name? Like, that's the shit that.
Oh yeah. Well, that's absolutely.
But hold on, real quick. Hey Zay, if you could hop on, man, hop on. You got a lot to say in the chat. Zay is saying we really never know they pass anyway. Well, Zay. I don't know if you missed this weekend's conversation, but those women told us that they need to know our past. Like, they need to know who we were with in the past. So I beg to differ.
I don't know, man, because a lot of times you setting yourself up to be lied to anyway.
Well, yeah, I personally don't want to know, Wayne. Like,
yeah, me neither. I don't want to know.
Really
I don't want to know how. Yeah, a woman that I'm getting serious about. I never ask or want to know how many men she slept with. I mean, you could kind of tell sometimes by how they move, but I don't want to know. My thing is that you know, I don't judge about the bodies, you know what I'm saying? As long as when we together, how you carry, it's how you carry yourself. I mean, it don't make.
Oh no!
Hold on, let me get to the point. Sometimes it really, because I'm not talking about extreme. I'm not talking about just, but 10 bodies at 35, I could rock with that. You know what I'm saying?
That's not bad. That's not.
I could rock with that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I could rock with 15 bodies at that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is,
not bad at all, either.
Yeah, I can rock with that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I'm careful about how I judge a woman about her body and what she do in the bedroom, because I want her to come out. I want her to be comfortable, be that freak. I want to bring that freak out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say sometimes women will be like, well, I don't want to be too freaky because I don't want him to judge me. Like, nah, baby, like I don't judge you. I want you to be free. That's why it's like I don't really talk about body count, because then you also set yourself up to be lied to as well.
Let me ask you.
I don't want to know.
Go ahead, Mike.
Are those women you trying to wife or women you trying to smash?
Yes. Yeah. Either way.
Wayne, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way. Listen, let me tell you. I want my wife. Let me tell you. I do not mind my wife having a little freak in her. And if that
nobody does.
Hold up. But if that came with her having a little bit more extra experience than the average woman, I'll deal with that, because as long as when she get with me, she's loyal. You know what I'm saying? She don't try and pull that junkie stunt on me, because now I get it. I get it as a vetting process, because it does, a lot of body count does affect some women at a certain level. Well, yeah, all of them, but different levels of it.
Connect with somebody. The higher your body count, the harder it is for you to be great in a relationship. The higher your body count, the more you walk around talking about and all that bullshit.
No. You got some women that got low body count that's pure assholes in a relationship and pure assholes in marriages.
Yes.
You feel me?
Talk about them.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I mean, so with the body count thing, what I'm saying is like, if that came with a little bit more experience with men, I can rock with that, because if she came and by the time she get to me, she's matured, she learned from all that, she's loyal, but at the same time, she understands a man's nature and a man's needs. I'll take that. We
talk about probabilities and percentages, my good man. If her percentages are really, really high, it's a high probability. I gotta get my
okay. Well, it can go both ways. I get that. I definitely get it. It's a risk, but I get it.
I want to one of the co-hosts of Straight Talk MMA just joined the panel. Peace, Zay.
Peace.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
What's up? What you got? What you got to add to this conversation?
I mean, as far as body count, it's like, who actually sit there and ask their girl, hey, how many men you been with before me? Because number one, you ain't gonna get the truth anyway, and number two is like, I just feel like that's some high school shit.
Facts.
Let me ask y'all a question. Peace, Ricardo. Ricardo just joined the panel too, so now y'all want to come up here. We talking about that body count. So let me ask y'all a question. We in 2023. Are any of y'all buying a car that got 100,000 miles on it already that you didn't put on there?
Nah.
So again, I'm still like, well, no. But before that goes, but a woman is different.
Come on, Wayne. You know.
Hold on.
Wayne.
I agree with Wayne because with a car.
Go ahead.
And not just that, but with a car, you could look at the mileage and it tell you that's the truth.
Facts.
Like, how you gonna know her body count unless you know the dude she slept with? You feel me?
Yeah.
And then half of the dudes be lying on their dick anyway.
You hear the lie she tells you, and if a chick goes, "Oh well, I've only had 25," you know the lie. Wait, you hear the lie. Y'all act like y'all ain't got no game. Y'all ain't got no game.
No, it ain't
Nah,
even. It's not even about
I
that.
don't
Go
even
ask
ask the question. You feel me? I don't even really ask the
I
question.
ain't
Like,
never
oh, how many
asked
men
her
you
her
been
body
with?
count, but the conversation gonna come up, and I
But
want to
why?
know if you've been a hoe for a long time.
Why is it
I
okay
mean,
for them to ask us though?
but what body count considers a hoe? What makes her a hoe? What body count considers her a hoe?
If you falling for the same game you were falling for as a child, as an adult, that make you a hoe.
All right, fair enough. But I
But
mean, what number? I mean,
why
'cause
is
I
it
ain't
okay
asking
for them to
no-
ask us though?
Huh?
Because okay, so Wayne, here it
Oh,
goes.
I'm
'cause I
letting her
don't-
know. I slept with tons of women. I'll let her know. I
Well,
don't care.
Wayne, I don't know if you heard this, but when we had the conversation, I want to say it was Friday or Saturday night when we were talking to the ladies. And if Nini's in the chat, she'll drop the link to that show. But a question came up. It was Saturday, so a question came up that if a black man donated his sperm, and then let's say 5 years later, a child came up and was like, "Hey, you know, you're my dad," and it was from a sperm donor. Should that man have disclosed that to that woman? And the women were like, "Yeah." So they require that stuff from us. They ask us. I've been asked before, how many women have you been with? I never answer the question because I think is a crazy question to ask somebody, because that's a question you really don't want to know the answer to.
I answer it.
But they do ask that question though.
I tell them. I tell them. Yeah, I slept with a lot of women. I tell them. I mean, a lot of women like that straightforwardness, and I'm telling you, man, some women, not all, but a lot of them, man. These women, we have some things about them inside that you don't know, man. A lot of women, they like a man. They don't want a man who nobody want. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's why lie? Why try to be that guy that's an angel? Like, you don't want to know that. No, I'm gonna tell you, baby, I slept with 25 women or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I slept with them, but I'm just saying, I let them know. I just let them know what it is.
To me, what's more important is that. To me, what's more important is that you ain't smash nobody in my circle. You feel me?
Yeah, I can rock with that. Yeah, I can rock with that. Yeah.
No homie hopping.
Hey, but those
Yeah.
laws, but when you start getting in them high ass body counts, the law averages kind of gonna work out that it's gonna be a family member or somebody that you know, and all type of shit like that. Hey, what's up, Ricardo? What you got to add?
I'm just gonna wait first. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. So okay, no, but hold up, Ricardo. Me and you, the only married men on the panel. So back to the original conversation is fine, and we all know it's never nothing personal. We always talking to hypotheticals here, but in regards to sex in a relationship, what's the approach when a woman starts to be like, they don't want it as bad as you do anymore?
The thing about that is, again, it comes down to the communication. As Mike and Wayne elaborate. For men, it's not the same for women, and a lot of times we need to be met, and there's no way around it. You can't pretty up the word of it. You can't do nothing about it. It's just, I have needs, and if my wife don't know me by now, she probably never will know me, because that's probably the first thing that was brought to the table when we got together. So I would find it odd or strange that she'll be like, oh, what's like you don't want this, or you know what I mean? Like it's weird. It's kind of like watching I think I was watching the episode of The Simpsons the other day, where Apu and Manjula, because Apu is married to Manjula, and every night Apu approaches Manjula and he's like, I'm gonna ask her for sex. One night Apu didn't, and Manjula always does this thing where she's like, no, not tonight, Apu, no, not tonight. And the one night he didn't do it, she was like, wait, hold up. What's going on? You're not pressuring me for sex tonight. And he's like, oh, I'm tired. She's like, that ain't you. That's something. So it's the same instance. Like if she don't know how I am, then something is clearly wrong, because you married me. So I expect you to know I have specific needs, and we all know what those needs are. and that's that.
So, what do you guys think about like scheduling sex with your partner?
Hell no.
I mean, not schedule no blood.
No.
I do it all the time, especially like on a situation where it's like, okay, we ain't gonna have no kids this weekend. It's like we won't say, okay, it's Friday at 7:30 is going down, but it's like we already know no kids this weekend. We know what that means. You feel me? So now we ready, we prep.
Well,
get the go bag.
Okay, hold up, Zay. Hold up, because in an instance like that, I get it. But what I'm saying is, every Tuesday at 7, it's sex time.
Nah, bro, I'm a different.
That kind of take out the that kills like a lot of the fun. Yeah, pretty much. Like, goddamn, like.
Hey,
but at the same time, I feel like it's sometimes we schedule it, but like we don't even really talk about it. You feel me? Because it's like you already know, like, all right, at this time when this happens, 9 times out of 10 we finna get it in. You feel me?
Yo, what's up with y'all? Are y'all all right?
For me, man,
when I was with my ex, she ain't even got to be awake. I move the blanket out the way, get the ham. She gonna wake up. She be like, "What you? Go ahead and get you some, daddy." Bop, 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 and we both chill.
No, I'm saying
what's wrong with y'all?
What I mean by that is like, all right, like if it's like a time where, all right, like for example, daughter had martial arts. Okay, so we know she going to bed early. So it's like, okay, nah, she gonna be tired. So you already know when I get out the shower and we go lay down to go to bed, we ain't never discuss it, but we know what's gonna happen because this is what always happens. You feel me? Like we didn't discuss it and say, oh, we gonna do it at this time. But we know, like, I guess like you get in your little routine. Sometimes it's routine like that. You do it during this situation. You get what I'm saying?
I don't do routine, bro. I look at the booty and the little juice, I get me a little piece.
Straight up. And that's your routine.
If she brushes
and that's your routine.
Exactly.
Call it what you will. If she brushing her teeth and that ass looks fat, she gonna have some extra get up in the toothbrush department.
Sex is never off the table. Exactly. It's
never
exactly.
If you're good cooking that meat, I'm gonna come give it some more saute. You enjoy yourself.
Regardless of where your kids at.
Yeah, I understand the kids. Y'all understand
my kids, my kid be in the shower. Back. Go do your homework. Back.
Go do your.
Get your ass outside and ride your bike. Back.
So let me ask you guys. What's an acceptable tired y'all accept from them? Because they like to use a tired excuse a lot. So what's an acceptable tired? Because again, we all work. We all work, like we all go to work. We're all adults. We all work hard. We all take care of the kids. We take care of the house. We all do that, but they tend to use that a lot as an excuse. Oh, I'm tired.
My G, if you guys are smart, you learn to play psychological warfare. I learned this as a child. My uncle told me, he was like, why is your mom mad at you? I said, because she asked me to do this and I forgot. And then she's yelling at me because I didn't do it. He said, what does she want? She wanted me to clean the bathroom. When did she tell you to clean the bathroom by? He said, I told her to clean it by Friday. He said, have it done by Thursday morning. And that's what I started doing. And there was no more problems. All of a sudden, I'm doing whatever I want. That's how I treat the woman I'm with. If I look, what is important to her? Remember when I was talking about the job? I found out what's important to my woman. Okay, she don't like dirty baseboards. Okay, dirty baseboards. She don't like okay, she like bleach in the bathroom. She want everything clean and what? I write it down. Before I want some, I make sure all my little checklist is done. She can't be tired if I'm putting in work on other stuff.
But you becoming a maid, to get ass.
No, sir. You are not. If my woman is working a full-time job and I'm working a full-time job, then taking care of the house is another job we both have to share, especially if she's paying. If she's putting money in the bills, what kind of man am I gonna be to be like, all right, you paying half the bills, but get your ass over and make something. Nigga, I'm gonna cook sometimes too. There's a reason I learned how to cook. You feel me? And them draws are gonna be happy, them draws are gonna be moist, and they're gonna be on the ground. So y'all go ahead and say, man, why the hell Mike over there being a maid? I'm gonna be a maid with a wet dick.
No, see,
ain't no cobwebs over here, pimp. Ain't no cobwebs over here, pimp. That's all I'm saying. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
so for me, it's kind of like I know if women listening, they ain't gonna like this, but it's almost like the guy when it's like, okay, when does guidance come in from the man, right? This is when guidance come in, right? You have to go to your woman and she has to understand how important sex is to the relationship. Okay, and she has to get that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sweetie, I get it. You tired, but you have to understand, sweetie. I need sex. Okay, I need sex. I get that you're tired today. And like you said, Troy, to answer your question, like I say, time of the month, I get that. You get a few tires. I mean, you get a few, hey, I'm tired. And you're like, all right, I get it. But I mean, if it's a week done past and you tired every day, then nah, because again, it's I'm in my relationship, my woman understands how important sex is to this relationship and how it's important to me, because she has some things in the relationship that's important to her that needs to be met. And those are one of my things. And that's when guidance come in as men. Sometimes we have to guide our women into understanding a man's nature, because a lot of them don't understand the man's nature, which is one of my things I went back on the last show. I was like, we have this perception in the Black community that the woman is always the better partner in a relationship or in a marriage, but is she really? So, but sometimes they're not, and sometimes when they're not the best partner, that's us as a man got to step in and provide that guidance or that leadership or that direction or whatever you want to call it, to let them know and let them understand that what's important.
So I wanna read this comment. First of all, Tequila said he's removing the excuses to get the ass, and I appreciate that from women. They chiming in. Rated PG, the Princess Goat says, so he just said he did everything to make his spouse happy so he can get what he wants. I'm pretty sure the men would love this advice given to women too.
Thank you.
I agree.
Y'all act like I ain't making no sense. I'm trying to let you know. Women, I'm gonna let y'all, and this for all the men. This ain't for the men in the panel, it's for men in the world. Okay? Women are not built to be provided. Okay? You ever heard a woman say, oh my God, I've been paying all the bills for 2 months. I feel like I'm dying. And you be like, but hold on, when your man paying the bill for 5 years? That's not the point. It's my money. I'm paying. They not built to be providers. Okay, they get frustrated real quick. So if you want to get them draws, find out what frustrates her, smooth it out, leave her no room to talk shit, and watch them draws fall off. I'm trying to help y'all out. Y'all act like y'all don't hear me. I'm preaching up here today. You don't see the hand? You don't see the hand? I'm trying to help y'all.
But what if you hold all a question? Who held out and not giving?
Hold on, Ricardo, you breaking up.
No, I was saying.
Beta?
Yeah, I think he calling you a beta, Mike. You know Cliff got that smoke for you.
You can beta these nuts, you mark ass buster.
Hey, go ahead, Ricardo.
I dropped beta in your girl, bitch. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cardo. My bad.
No, I was saying, what happens when you, the fellas, hold out on your woman? What's the criteria there? What if
that's how I got a baby?
Nigga. No such thing.
I ain't never heard a man holding out on sex. I ain't never heard
damn
that.
right.
Devil.
All that stuff Wayne was talking, when you date a freak and you hold out, you find out if she a freak or not. My chick took it from me.
Yeah, I don't know too many men that hold out sex.
You know one?
I don't held out before.
On my nerves.
Oh, okay.
And
Tell me about that.
When I say hold out, I don't mean like, oh, I'm not finna give you none for X amount of time. It's just like, nah. It's like, if it was the time where if I approach you and the answer was no, like you said, Wayne, it's always on the table. So it's like, nah, I'm finna fall back, and it's like I'm not finna like be begging for no.
Yeah, okay,
like that. So it's like,
you're petty
so
ass.
It's like, nah, I'm gonna fall. I'm petty as fuck.
You're petty,
I'm petty as fuck. Petty as fuck. So it's like, so now it's like, okay, I done tried you like once, twice. All right, cool. I'm gonna fall back. You know what a dick at when you ready to have it. It's done been a time where I was with a female and And now, don't get me wrong. Now, 2 more days pass by, and you ain't try to hop on it. We gotta have a conversation. Like, what's going on? Like who you fucking? Like I said, if a female hold out on me, I don't trust her. You feel me? So, but it's been a time where I don't pull the Julie on the female. I'm trying to get some. She like, nah, but like we just did all this little freaky shit. But then when it's time to actually get it in, you like, nah, like I'm like, all right, so easy. I'm gonna get my nut. So you gonna give it to me? I'm gonna get it myself. She like, oh, you'll do that? I'm like, yeah. She like, well, do what you gotta do. All right, right in the bed with her. Pulled down, grabbed my shit, went to work, and then she like, oh, nah, I got it. like, bitch, it is what it is.
You know why? And you know why? Because she had the art.
Like, let me get some. I ain't got time to be talking. Just slide them in the back. Y'all don't do that.
Okay, yeah, sometimes, but every situation is different. You don't go down the same way every time.
Hey, you say no to me 3 times, I'm taking some. And you my wife, and I already got the paperwork signed saying it ain't rape, so I don't even want to hear it. I made my ex sign the paperwork. She said she down for it all times. And then we go sleep and watch House. I ain't trying to hear that.
I know this is here, boy.
It ain't I give shit down.
Hey, hold up, man. I wanted Ricardo to finish what he was saying, though.
Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, y'all done jumped all over the man. I want to hear what he was gonna say.
My bad, Cardo.
I would say, like, sometimes if you're trying to spice up things, you hold, like, some men will hold out, not intentionally, but you do what you're doing. But that's the reason why I asked the question: Do anyone of y'all do that hold out thing? Because sometimes you do it. I'm just playing the devil's advocate, because it's gonna be probably a female out there like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, we do it sometimes. We do test y'all because we want to see what y'all gonna be doing, and
I'm just thinking I wouldn't trust that holdout thing because but I'm married. But anyway, but I'm just saying, like, if I was in a relationship or something, I wouldn't trust that holdout thing because as trifling as these women are, they'd be like, man, shit, I got my other nigga on speed dial. So you can hold out all you want. So
I want to hear what Wayne was gonna say about Audacity.
Right.
Oh yeah. No. She what she did was she fucked your Audacity. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to be like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain type of attitude that women sometimes appreciate in a man. Like when like how you say, hey man, I'm just gonna pull it out and I'm gonna satisfy myself. She's like, hold on, no, I got you, because she didn't really believe that you was gonna like women don't like you to dismiss them, and like I say, you have that audacity and that confidence in yourself. They wants to join in on that. So I just agree. Like when you did, I was like, yo, like I understand that because she fucked your audacity. She's like, oh, he's really finna do this? Oh, nah. Like
he gonna show me that he don't need me.
Yeah, that was a good play. Absolutely. So that was a good play on your part. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it is a mental chess game with women. Sometimes, married or not. I'm sorry, married men. It is a mental chess game, So you gotta learn how to play the game. I'm not saying, and I think even if you're married, I think there's still a mental warfare as well. I mean, there is this silent mental chess game between the two. You know what I mean? And it just depends on how the woman was brought up as well, too. So, but no, I feel
like sex is like majority mental. Like a large majority is mental for me anyway. Me personally.
Yeah. For women, it's like that. A lot of mental. Yeah. And for
it used to be like women used to get emotionally invested in sex. Now they just as bad as us. Like that's why back in the day, they wouldn't be so quick to give their bodies to everybody because it was an emotional attachment to it. Now they so niggified that they just out here slinging willy-nilly just like men do.
Yeah, and that's why I connect with them, because they think they men.
Hey, Cliff, are you at work? I want you to get up here and you and Mike had this shit out. Y'all been going back and forth for a while now.
Man, little beta balls in the
He probably at work.
little beta ball, big fat. Anybody
Cliff Stay caller Mike is sending shit like I don't know why, but he always do it. All right, so damn, I finally got, man, we an hour and 10 minutes in. So Wayne done changed the program, which is fine. That is all.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go back to your program,
it's all, that's how it is over here, man. That's how it is on Man Talk Monday. But what I wanted to do, what we started out with talking about, like what women wear, and I was sent this picture. Like I've been sent, hey, just for y'all that's listening, y'all sending me all these Instagram and stuff like that. I got like 87 unread Instagram messages. I be so busy. So now I'm starting to finally go through them. So I was sent this picture today. And we talking about attire. So let me show you a picture from a prom. And I want you guys to tell me what's appropriate about this. Hold up. So where are we at? We right here. All right. Let me know when y'all can see that and tell me what's appropriate about that.
Not a damn.
That's a young lady going to prom. Can't be more than 17, 18. And I know the first thing they're going to tell me is, oh, if she's 18, it's fine.
Is that see-through?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's too much.
That's but that's what their moms are allowing, because ain't no way in the hell you gonna tell me that her dad is in the house with her and allowing her to go out like that. You ain't gonna tell me that shit,
sir. And that didn't start when she was 17. That started when she was 12. She was wearing them coochie cutters, and now this is acceptable to her. That's why I try to attack it at the root, because if you don't stop it, the thoughtness develops as you get older. And once they get to 16, 15, 16, ain't nothing you can tell them. They hiding thought clothes in the mailbox, and they changing at the house. I mean, changing outside and running to school. That's why you got to stop it as early. You can't let them turn. Bro, this is so disgusting. Like bro, if you saw what I wore to prom, like why would you? This is nasty. That is a strip club outfit, sir. That is. But
you know what they'll tell us now, because remember they call me conservative and they tell me I'm old fashioned and this and that. So now when I say that, okay, she's out like this and some creep gonna see her and just automatically try to get at her or try to groom her or try to do this and that, they'll tell me, oh, well, if she had on clothes, it'll be the same thing. Or
nah, but even not just some creep, even the guys her age, any dude, like if I'm looking for what I'm looking for, you look like you willing to give it. So I mean, it's just the way you present yourself. Like you can't go out like that and then want respect at the same time.
Sir, if I'm hunting, if we hungry go hunting and we see a cow and a wolf, which one you think we're gonna try to kill? You go after what you're looking for. I ain't trying to eat wolf meat. I know hamburgers are delicious. So if I'm looking for some box and I go out and I see a girl who boxes damn near showing through her clothes, that's where I'm gonna go first. It's just common sense. But when it comes to these women, no matter what it is, if she okay with it, then it's all right. That's the problem. Just like I said on Saturday when she was like, well, if her parents are okay with it, it's okay. No, it's not. Wrong is wrong. She should not. That's nasty. Honestly, if I was a principal, I wouldn't let her ass in the dance. Go home and put some clothes on.
All right, Ricardo, what's your thoughts on this real quick before I move to the next one?
No, it's not appropriate. It's a little bit too, we don't know if you told the age for the problem. That's a little bit too mature for that. But then again, these kids these days are a little bit mature anyways. So, but it doesn't negate the fact that it's a little bit too provocative, even for a prom dress. I remember when
a little bit, Ricardo.
The prom. Yeah, you can hear me?
No, I'm saying a little bit too provocative. Yeah. Ah, fuck. Ricardo, hold on.
I shouldn't see your thong at prom. That's all I'm trying to say.
Ricardo, go out and come back in. It may be you may just need to reset it. All right, so Ricardo, go out and come back in. All right, let me just remove him and then put him back in. All right, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you lagging. Yeah, go ahead. Now you're on a delay. All right, Ricardo, go out and then come back in if you could hear me. So I want to go to so when you have young girls like that, eventually they grow up, correct? And then you end up getting this. So let me go to the next one that was sent to me. Because like I say, I'm finally now getting through all my stories and stuff that people been sending to me on like Instagram and stuff. So let me let's see this one. Let me know when you guys can see this one.
Oh yeah, that's disgusting.
So you see what she's doing now. So when they tell me, Trevor, you're overreacting and why do you care what women are wearing? Why do you care what these little girls are wearing? Let them live their lives. They could paint their face with all the makeup that they want. They could do this and they could do that. But when they grow up and end up like this, then what you got to say? This is a freaking girl's walking around showing her goods to the world. But I'm the old fashioned one though. I get it.
Hey, so what? So when she have daughters, what kind of daughters you think she gonna raise?
They're gonna be a whole like their mama. That's what they're gonna be.
And that's why we have a problem with it. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of people don't look at it like that.
You got people actually defending this. You got people actually defending this. Her right to do that.
Bro, you got sensible women defending it because they'll tell you like, oh, why you policing them? Why you policing them? That's what they say. I ain't making this shit up. That's what they say. They like, why you policing them?
Bet money she's a high body count woman.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, she got a lot of bodies.
And this is why men ain't supposed to be chasing after them thoughts. Those thoughts are they have a job. Their job is to be thoughted, and then you go on back to your life. That's what their job is. Okay?
Hey,
they're disgusting.
Go ahead, Mike.
Like, but when you tell a woman no, it's, oh my gosh, she's a grown-up. She could do what I tell you the other day. They think empowerment is being a whore. If you think women empowerment is being a slut, you're the problem. I think women empowerment is being a CEO. I think women empowerment is being the best stay-at-home mom ever and her kids going to Harvard. I think that's women empowerment. Women empowerment is not, I can see your coochie print at Starbucks.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Hey, so what y'all say to the guys that be the first ones to holler at somebody like that and then wipe them up and then and then want to complain when they go into the club with their friends, like, why you gotta wear that? It's like, damn, ain't that how she got you?
Hey, I call them clips. They're all clips.
They're easy. Zay, they're easy lay, man. It's like niggas that don't want to work for classy women.
That's it.
If you don't want to work for a classy woman, you get a woman like that. That audition their goods to everybody.
And then try to change them.
Or you got money, but you ain't got no flyness about you. You trick to get that chick. Nah, bro. Real dudes see that for what it is. At best, you a night out. At best. And for me, you ain't even a night because I don't want the woman that, like, I meet the woman of my dreams and she see me around you. Now I look shitty because of you. I'm Gucci. I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I always bring it back to the dad though. Like what their relationship like their dad was, because I find it hard to believe that a woman with a dad active in their life could could go out like that. Like when I see stuff like that, I think that that's a self-esteem issue. They're overcompensating because their dads didn't tell them that they were pretty enough growing up. And I always think it's psychological. I always look at it on a different, and I could bet you, because people will say that I'm reaching, but I could bet you any of these women that we see, I could bet you at least 70% of them don't have their dads active in their life. I could bet you anything. I bet you.
Bro, I'll do you one better. I bet you at least 65% of them got the moms that ran the dad off.
Could be.
I bet they got the mom that ain't no man finna tell me what I can do in my house. Who the hell he think he is? Cliff? I only got one bitch in my life named Cliff. I ain't got room for other bitches.
Hey, hold up, man. You gonna stay off a cliff. Yeah, you gonna stay off a cliff if he ain't up here to defend himself. Nah. You know that's my rule. Nah, hell nah. If they not up here, you could throw in one or two jabs, but if he ain't up here to defend himself,
tell Cliff to come back.
Yeah, if he ain't up here to defend himself, nah, he can't keep doing that. He probably at work. I'll set something up with y'all. All right, I got anybody else want to say anything about that particular one before I go to the next one?
Well, when you talk about the dad not being around, you know, I always ask this question. How can I ask this? I want to ask this the right way. What's I want to say more effective or more dysfunctional, the father not being around or a toxic or dysfunctional mother who is the parent and the sole parent?
The dad being in the house is more effective.
No, I'm saying like when you talk about the dad not being around, I'm saying like what's more toxic to the child? The mother being toxic and being the custodial parent and letting this go on, or the father just not being around?
Oh, that's a good one. The mom is still the more toxic one. Like,
because I mean, we have this thing that exactly. Because I mean, sometimes we have this thing in the Black community that because the mother is the custodial parent and the father is not around, she's automatically a great parent. I was saying, and I see this all the time. Like, you know, a lot of times I see two things. I see three things. I see the alpha dad who wouldn't allow that, but I see beta dads as well who are in the child's life, but they're just kind of just beta dads. They just let the mother rule the situation, and then you got some guys that just don't be around. But then you have the mother there, and she's just toxic. She allows this type of like that prong, like she's allowing that. You know what I'm saying? And just that, you know, I just always ask that, like, what's more effective to the child, like a toxic mother that's around, that's raising a child, or an absent dad?
Bro, that's why I say I don't give a damn how bad the mom is. Dudes, don't ever quit on your kids, because nothing is worse than you being a grown man and then you see your child and your child is a thought. Nothing is worse as a dad than to see your grown child be a thought. I think that is lit. Chris Rock said, your job is to keep your baby off the pole. If your baby on the pole, it's your fault. They're not going to blame the mom. They're going to blame you because you were supposed to be there. Don't let nobody ruin you and your kid. I don't care if the kid's like, no, mama told me this, that, and the third. Cool. You keep your paperwork. You keep going there. You keep going to court. You keep doing whatever you have to do. And when that kid gets old enough, you hit him with the paperwork. Look, I was always there for you. No matter what your mom said, I gave this money and I was trying to be there. She didn't want to stay. You hit them with the truth later on in life when they get to maturity. My boy going through that right now. His son seeing like, damn, my mom lied. That's cool. As long as you don't, bro, there's nothing worse than being a man and seeing your offspring be a failure. There is nothing worse.
Yeah,
nothing worse. And that's if you find out the baby ain't yours. But that ain't really what we're talking about. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I say that because you know, at one time I used to mentor young men, young black boys, and I seen both sides. That's why I seen a lot. And a lot of times the mothers who are present in the child's life, who are raising the child as a custodial parent, they are just as worse as the father that's not around. I see both. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I just asked that question. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, they're both horrible options. They're both horrible options. That poor child ain't a chance.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. So I just say, you know, a lot of times, you know, just because the kid is with the parent or the mother, that doesn't necessarily mean that they got it better. you know.
And bet money that kid is walking around the mall in a dress right now showing her cootie cat off.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
That sad chick ain't got no, she ain't never had nobody raised her correctly. She had no guidance, and I guarantee she gonna be the first one to get caught up by a pimp.
Yeah. So I agree. All right, that's all I wanted to throw on that. Yeah.
All right, I got two more that I need to get to before I shut the show down, because my daughter told me yesterday, she said, "You're taking too long in these damn things." So, I gotta go chill. Oh shit, Ricardo went back to the back. I gotta go chill with baby girl. So here's another one. I want you guys to listen to this. This is about double standard. This is about the double standard in our community, but I want you to listen to this. So let me go and present. I like this. You just share your shit and just have the guys sound off on it. So, all right, let's go. Let me know when it's up.
You're
How many kids?
3 kids.
How old are your kids?
19, 14, and 2.
How old are you, Nisha?
I'll be 40 next month.
Okay. Do your kids have the same father?
3 fathers.
What's the deal breakers?
Deal breakers are multiple baby mothers, more than 2, 3 kids.
If you were a man with your resume, you wouldn't date yourself.
Probably not.
So, but you want a man to date you?
Absolutely.
All right.
That is what simps have done to the community.
Mike, you got 2 minutes.
That is what simps have done. I won't even need the whole 2. That's what simps have done. Simps have made women think no matter what they do, they shit don't stink. They ruin everything, bro. That's why there's no men anymore. Like, you're supposed to look at somebody like that and go, now as a group, all us men should look at her and go, I would never, and treat her as such. But there's always gonna be some dry ball dude who gonna run up, hey, you look nice in that dress, Miss Lady. Shh, let's not tell nobody. Let me take you to the sugar shack, whatever the hell they call it. Like, there's always some lame ass dude who ain't getting no draws. And that instead of wanting to man up and do better, he's just gonna sink himself down to these scallywags and heathens. Like, I'm good. I don't even need the 2 minutes. I'm good.
Ricardo, what you got?
But she sounded like she was off her rockets. You have 3 baby daddies, but you don't want him to have 3 baby mamas. Make it make sense. That doesn't even make sense at all whatsoever. I'm again, our community has a lot of catching up, communication to do, a lot of therapy to do, a lot of healing to do. There's so much that we could be doing as a community, but we're not doing it. I don't know how that makes sense. I don't know if she has any logical friends that could sit her down and be like, yo, what you just said on that show made no sense, but it's time to fix your life. Maybe you need to reach out to, what was her name? Ayala, whatever her name is. Reach out to her and see if she could help you, because that made no sense to me whatsoever just now.
It ain't made no sense to her.
Then that's the point. It didn't make sense to her either. So she's a lost cause, or she's just off her rockers.
Zay, what you got?
Man, I feel like it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's like she just put herself out there like that, and she was dead ass serious. It's kind of funny. Like, right. I don't know. It's just funny to me, but I need you to send me that though.
Michael sent me that shit.
You damn right. Hey, every man need to keep that in their phone, so when women start talking, no, it's guys. Hold up, boo boo, play.
That's what I say I'm gonna do. I'm gonna download it to my mixing board, so every time they get out of control, I just hit the button and be like, oh yeah. Look how unrealistic you are.
Yeah, I need that video in my life.
But it was Kevin Samuels' fault.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Captain Manosphere, what's up?
The Captain Manosphere. No, hey, in the black community, man, we had this thing for decades that men are the only fucked up ones when it comes to relationship, when it comes to how we carry ourselves dealing with women. And now that social media has been out, man, women are getting exposed for their foolery. And that's all it is. And they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Some women still trying to defend it. But for so long in the black community, man, it was almost like a thing where you can't talk about black women foolery. You can talk about black men foolery. It's in the movies, it's in Hollywood, and now it's just being exposed. Like that goofy shit. I mean, and she's at 40, she got 3 different kids from 3 different men. Like, I mean, I understand that you want to have your standards, but it's unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? But that's how a lot of black men were able to, they allowed this. They allowed this for decades. They allowed all this stuff for decades. And a lot of times black women are raised, because I have a vagina, okay, I am entitled to whatever I want. And that's how we figure out to them. You know what I'm saying? That's how basically we raised a lot of women were raised. Because you have a vagina, you are entitled to this type of man. Regardless of your situation or your circumstances, you are entitled to this. It's entitlement.
Hey, that would be a perfect time to bring up that subject you had the other day about women, what they bring to the table. Because all she bringing to the table is hard times.
Hey, I want to remind you of something we said earlier. You remember when we were talking about body counts, and I said my big thing is I don't like chicks that still fall for the okie doke. Did you remember the ages of her kids?
Like 19,
14, and 2.
And 2. That means that heifer still falling for it. Don't nobody want you? You got a 2-year-old and you 40?
2-year-old.
She a certified side piece.
Yeah, she was a whole thought side piece. Y'all act like I'm crazy, but I make sense.
All right, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to hold it down for about. Nene came back agreeing with my look at that. I'm gonna need y'all to hold it down for like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
So, gentlemen,
don't get me kicked off the air.
No promises.
We'll try.
All right, gentlemen. I want to ask you a question. Like, we all know how we feel about what women are doing. How do you think we can fix this issue that we're dealing with? Because I'm a fatalist. I think shit is just horrible forever, and it's gonna stay that way. But I know people like to be positive and lie to themselves. So I want you guys to lie to me. Convince me that we can fix black relationships in this country. Please.
Well, me personally, is like, you can't fix that shit. All you can do is worry about the way you bringing up, like what's going on in your household. You feel me? Like it starts with you. So me, I make sure like what I got going on in my household is not this fuckery. And I beat up for my daughter, beat up for my son, and make sure me and my old lady got good communication and we be on the same page. And if we're not on the same page, we try to work it out. I just try to fix the shit that's going on directly around me that's going to affect me. Because as far as saving the world, forget about it. Heroes die.
Won't see me. Mr. Ricardo, is anything that you can think of that can save this? Because I quit.
Well, I work with a lot of females, and most of the time, I was saying I work with a lot of females, and a lot of times they come in with a whole bunch of he did me wrong last night, or he doing this person last night, and they will sit there and it's like they're waiting for me to give my opinion, and I'm looking at them like, okay, well, you knew what you were getting into when you lay down with him, so what's the big deal? So most of the time they're shocked by the response that they get, because they're not used to having a male opinion. Again, it's the coming down to the communication. We need, I don't know if it's like we back in the day they used to do like the BET panels and forums and the MTV panels and forums in our community. I don't know if we need to get back to that kind of thing where both sides tell what it is that they need to fix, or both sides say what it is that they need to work on. Probably that's what we need to get back on. But I don't see this getting fixed either. It's coming down to what, like I agree with Zay. It goes down to what you do in your household. Whatever you do, maybe somebody could mimic, or maybe I wouldn't say mimic, but like lead. We could lead by example. Like we could like show by example.
I like that, but I want you to expound a little bit before I go to Wayne. How do those women respond when you answer the way you do?
Usually flabbergasted for the most part, but again, I say that I'm a man, so I am married, and some of y'all walk around in here and I give you my response. You're like, oh, but wait a minute. Yeah, a man thinks like this. So when you ask me a question and I respond to you, this is how a typical man will respond to you. So they're like, oh, well, no, this is what I'm giving you my opinion. You asked for it. I'm not the one giving it to you. You
I like that.
You asked me my opinion, I'm giving it to you. So what are you gonna do? You take the information you get and fix what you need to fix, or come back in here tomorrow and do the same thing again. Oh, he slept with so and so yesterday and blah blah blah.
I like Cardi Reeves. I like that. Mr. Wayne, hit me with your answer. Unmute, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a good question, Mike, man. I see, but I tell you this though, I'm gonna be a little bit more optimistic. I'm gonna be like this. I see that men are going in a different direction, and I like it. I like panels like these. I still defend the manosphere regardless of what people say about it, because especially in the Black community, more and more men are communicating, and basically we never told our side of the story. So now that we're telling our side of the story, I think once men, because it's men, right? It's like we have to like get in our mind that, listen, sweetheart, I'm not going to play your game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think there's a percentage of Black men that are going in that direction. I think our fathers and a lot of the OGs, they kind of steered us in the wrong way, kind of like that, that baby face stuff. I cook your dinner and all that stuff, and you can't do no wrong. Like they really didn't teach us shit about women and their nature. They just said, hey, you treat them right and you'll be fine. We find out that's a lie. So now that the lie is coming, now that we like, yo, that shit a lie, man. Like, you got to be different. You got to have a different attitude towards these women, because so I think that if men continue going in the directions like and it gets passed down, like with all this social media stuff, even the younger generation of men, they're either the way they approach women is different as well. Some of them, not all of them, because I mean the Black community is still on a gynocracy. So I mean, but the ones that could shake that, and they could just, if once you get men to thinking on their own and saying, I have value just as much as you, like you don't run the show because you have a vagina. You know what I'm saying? I think if men go in a certain direction, I think if we fix the kings, we'll fix the kingdom. I think if the kings fix themselves and have a different approach of how they approach women and relationships and how they think about it, women will follow. Eventually, they'll follow.
Mr. Wayne, I respect that. I will tell you this. Sadly, simps will always be there to ruin what you're trying to do. There'll always be a simp ass.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
You're absolutely right. And that simps are always going to be around. I believe that. But eventually women get unattracted to simps. I mean, some
they
of them
don't
like
keep
them. They don't keep them.
Like,
Right. They don't keep them. Yeah, they don't keep them. They don't keep simps.
They play with a simp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mr. Cliff said we should fix the media, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's a fantastic idea, but we live in the wrong country for that.
I agree. Yeah.
America will never stop pandering to women because that's where the money at.
I agree with that. But well, that's why I like panels like this. That's why I love YouTube. That's why I defend the manosphere, the Black manosphere, because you can go other places where you're not just bombarded with feminism in commercials and movies. And like I sit up here and I watch TV with my girl, and I can see all the woke stuff in the movies, and she's just like, what? I don't see anything. I'm like, you don't see this? Like all the women are just running the show, and all the men are just goofy, dum-dums. And she's like, what? I don't know. I'm like, no.
You know what?
Wakanda Forever, Captain Marvel, all the bullshit.
Exactly.
You know why I let that go? We had a big run as men, and in my heart, if they want to take that, I think I would trade that for what we're doing right here. I think I would trade them having these strong women that could beat up a guy that's 100 pounds more than her, whatever. I would give that up for this becoming mainstream, what we're doing right now. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because if they want to have the woman king, shout to Cardi Reeves. If they want to have the woman Black Panther, or if they want to have all the woman Iron Man, the woman Spider-Man, cool. I want this real life shit. I want my kid to be scrolling TikTok and then to see a strong man say, I don't want a woman unless she's like this, because this brings quality to my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm only B Mike, so I'm gonna pass it back to A Mike. Go ahead, Mr. Beard.
Well, now y'all was rocking out, but I want to get to this last story because I'm looking. I got 20 minutes left. So, and again, I appreciate. I agree with y'all. I love these type of panels, and I'm glad that you guys were able to come on, because me and Wayne had a conversation last year, and he expressed to me that now men have always felt the way that we feel, but now we get the ability to express ourselves with panels like this and stuff like that. So that's why I say my panel is always open to anybody that wants to have a discussion. So I want to get to this story because we started out talking about what kids wear, and this is going to kind of put the bow on it. So we talked about what kids wear. We showed the prom pictures, how fathers feel with daughters. So now I'm going to show you guys the story, and then I'm going to go read the particulars of the story. And this is what I'm going to try to do, especially on these Man Talk Monday shows, is try to get to the topical stuff as it happens, within a week or so, because you guys, we could expound on them. We could knock out about 5 or 6 stories and, get it in. And like I say, I got to all the people that's sending me all these IG messages and Facebook messengers. I'm trying to go through them, man, but it's just doing this shit takes a lot of time, like trying to do this production and stuff. So
hey,
I want you,
I'll fast track them to trouble if they good.
So I want you guys to look at, I appreciate that, St. Louis. I want you guys to look at this story because, and before I prep you, and most of you guys have probably already saw it, but this is why I go the way that I go. This is going to be everything that we talked about tonight is going to be encapsulated in this one story right here. The sickness and why we need to protect these little girls at any cost. So let me share my screen. Tell me when you guys see this one. And look at that headline.
OnlyFans model discovered.
Whoa!
Ooh. Ooh.
So when
I've seen that.
when Trevor goes crazy and Trevor goes ballistic and he's like, man, we need to cover these little girls up. A lot of times this shit is happening right in your own fucking house.
Wait, wow. This her stepdad? Her stepdad is her subscribed to her OnlyFans.
Exactly, her number one subscriber.
Wow.
Is her number one subscriber. So before you guys sound off, let me I'm gonna read the particulars of it, because when I was sent this story, I was like, man, I gotta get this on Man Talk Monday, regardless of whatever we're gonna talk about. So let me get to the particulars of this.
Wow.
All right. So an OnlyFans model who goes by Talia Madison went viral after revealing that she discovered that her stepfather was her number one subscriber on the platform. Talia didn't reveal her age, but she stated that her stepfather had been in her life since she was 11.
Damn.
Wow.
And she added that on OnlyFans, he spent $2,000 on custom content in every single video that she sent out. Talia got suspicious when someone under the same username from OnlyFans watched one of her TikTok videos, and she was alerted that the TikTok user's phone number was in her contact list.
Wow.
Talia then explained, I narrowed it down to 6 people, and one of them was my stepdad. I went with my gut feeling, and I messaged from the OnlyFans account and said, I know who this is. And within 2 minutes, got a text from my stepdad saying, hey, Ty, can we talk? After he was caught, Talia revealed in a second video that her stepdad denied it to all of his friends and obviously my mom. So her mom divorced him. So she's saying, but yeah, if you want to talk about family trauma, my stepdad watched me have sex with my partner for 2 months.
Wow.
So now here the sick fuck right here. So when it came to special requests that he would only make on OnlyFans, Talia revealed that her stepdad would ask to see the underwear that I was wearing every day and to take photos in the bathroom while she was at work. She then stated he also requested when I'm filming solo content at home that I would not do it in the bathroom or shower. He always wanted it to be done on my bed or in the floor of my bedroom. Talia then clarified these were the places that her stepdad had access to. So when Trevor going crazy, like, because Trevor's like, hey, I'm like, well, maybe I am a little going over the top when they tell me that, man, you going over the top with the little kids and things like that, how bad you want to protect them and stuff like that. But when I see stories like this, her stepdad been in her life since she was 11. She can't be more than probably 25. I give her 25. So let's just say 25. Yeah, but she white. They don't really age that good. But so let's just say 27 at the most.
They age like bananas.
but for over 10 years, this guy's been in the house with her. Over 10, 15 years, this guy's been with her. And now that she's on OnlyFans, he's her number one payer. You talk about the grooming. I bet you anything, if she would have given him some, he would gladly take it.
Mm-hmm.
So what you guys think about this? Like, because when I saw this, I'm just like, damn, bro, this shit is crazy.
I don't really got much to say about it. All I can say is like, it's fucked up. Like, but you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. I feel like at the end of the day, it's like you are putting yourself out there like that, but at the same time, it's like this dude's sick as fuck. Like, that's your daughter. Like, you damn near raised this girl. You feel me? So it's like, I feel like at some point, whether you're doing porn, OnlyFans, whatever, it's like your family gonna see you at some point. You got to know that before you. But for him to be her number one subscriber, that means he's been plotting on her for God knows how long.
Exactly.
And it's just, I don't even know what to say about that, man. It's a crazy world out here. And it's like, that's somebody that was supposed to be protecting her. You feel me? So it's just, I don't know.
That's nasty, bro. Bro, you know he was like, oh, no, honey, I'll do the laundry this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was, oh, that's
creep.
Bro, that's
and
nasty.
he requested her to do things in certain areas that he had access to. So when she wasn't home, he probably went in there and beat his meat or something.
Pretty much.
Bro, it's like, you know, my mind already also, I'm thinking of all types of shit now. Like, I'm grossed out right now. Bro,
while he's still smashing her mom, probably.
Can you imagine daughter while you fucking them up? Bro, and they in the same house, bro. Bro, if I was her real daddy, I'd beat his ass. If I was her real daddy or her boyfriend, I'll beat your ass, old man. I will beat your. I'm not even related to him. I want to beat your ass.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Before I want to get started, I want to say real quick, man, shout out to my boy Kelvin. He in the chat, man. He came over. I told him about the show. This is his first time in the show, man. So, peace to Kelvin. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I was having this conversation earlier today, man. You never know who you landing next to sometimes, man or woman. I mean, this guy's a creep. And we had this conversation. I was having this conversation with another guy, and it was a deep conversation. He was saying, man, some of these adults have not healed themselves from their sickness from when they was younger, and they go and they get into these marriages and they get into these relationships and they haven't fixed themselves mentally. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is just a sick guy who's a moron, you know what I mean, when it comes to his sexuality, you know what I'm saying? And that's some shit that he probably should have been working on and getting that fixed. I mean, for somebody that you've been raising since you was 11 years old as a little girl to want to see her naked is ridiculous. But we need more to the story. I got to know what the kids got from mom.
Why you need more to the story, Cliff?
Yeah.
Cliff, bring your ass on the hell no. Bring your ass on the hell no. You got to defend this shit.
Yeah.
And man, Mike ain't gonna mess with you. Bring your ass on the panel.
It made me wonder like what other kids he been preying on too.
Right.
And from what you said, Wayne, as far as like I feel like that's a sickness that can't be fixed. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, at least try to get
I feel like people like that, when it's in them, that's just who they are.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Bro, the man spent 2 bands on her content.
That's disgusting.
Like, let's think about this. The little girl that you raised that probably called you daddy at some point in her life, and not daddy because you're smashing, but daddy like, hey, I'm looking at you as a protector of mine, daddy.
Right.
And this is what you're doing, looking at her have sex with her boyfriend, and bro, this shit.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
So how do we, and this go back to something that we've been trying to figure out the answer to for years on the Straight Talk Society, on the Straight Talk with Trevor podcast, is how do we protect? Okay, here go Cliff. Michael, leave him alone. How do we protect? How do we protect our little girls, man? Like, because we got the moms fighting against us, telling us that we're too overprotective. We need to let them live. God forbid, I don't want my 10-year-old walking around the house in booty shorts or going to take the trash out, in shorts that show her form off. But I'm just being overprotective. I'm being overprotective dad. Nothing's gonna happen. Nobody in the neighborhood is gonna be spying on her. Nobody's gonna be looking at her. I'm just being overprotective dad. Like, how do we, at what point do we just be like, man, look, enough is enough? And I'm not holding her as a victim. I mean, you can say what she want. You can say what you want. She's an OnlyFans model, whatever. But she still don't need to be in a position where the man that probably took vows to protect her and could have adopted her now looking at her in a sexual manner. Like, that's bullshit.
Easy.
What's up, Cliff?
Yo, what's going on?
And I turned your mic up, so you got the floor. Well, explain this craziness.
No, I'm like saying if he just a father that just was there, not to provocate, have more kids with the mom, because some females will use the guy up, simp the guy up, and he gonna be real angry with the kid. So I'm like asking, my question is, what if have more kids for the mom? Then he'll add more to the family. If he's just there, it's just like, okay, what the fuck I'm doing there? But damn,
he's
just there. He's just a father that's just there, not the mom don't want to probably have more kids with the man.
But does that justify him subscribing to his stepdaughter's OnlyFans account?
Hey, some we got strippers that got families. We got porn stars that got families. That's all I'm like. Can't stop.
What the fuck you talking about, Cliff?
No, Cliff.
That's your man's.
I'm gonna put Mike on you. What the hell are you talking about?
No,
Mike is doing nothing.
I'm saying add more value to him, to the family. If he's just there like a standing there in the family not doing nothing, that's he looking off, lost. Just for a name example is Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston's daughter married his brother. They ain't like his brother, but adopted brother. You see, it's still the whole world. Pull the band-aid out, tell the whole truth. Most of these people are married they step brothers, their step sisters. If they
you mean like kind of like some old like some redneck kind of stuff, like
nah, they're not no blood. They just adopted. Not blood, but
some trailer trash type of thing. Okay. I mean,
hey, you can fix that shit up.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
You trying to save?
It's still a responsibility as a grown man. Like I get what I think. I'm trying to see where you're coming from. Like it's the whole house is just a toxic environment. You know what I'm saying? Some type of trailer park trash, some type of thing. You know, white folks, they kind of have some weird stuff going on, but it's still the responsibility of a man. If you're raising a child from 11 and you want to see them naked, that is an illness.
Yeah.
That's an illness.
Hey, hold on. Trevor, what's the number one porn story? Number one.
No, I'm not trying to help him, Nene. I'm not trying to help him.
Yes, he is, Nene.
Stop lying.
No, I wasn't trying to help.
No, hold on. Yeah, the stepbrother, stepsister type stuff is I mentioned that on one of the
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Nene, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm just trying to put it what he's trying to say together. I don't agree. I don't agree at all.
But no, so Cliff, I guess what we saying is let's start from the beginning though. Do you think it's wrong? Let's start there.
Oh yeah, the wrong was like she already opened her legs over there, the whole world. She don't care if she getting the money.
Hey, the views of the panelists do not reflect that of
Mr.
Straight Talk or the Straight Talk Society.
Or
I
me.
disagree.
You thought you were about to say that to me, didn't you?
Man, Cliff, come on, man, Cliff.
That hide the story. Look up every porn star story. They say, my dad watched me, my mom watched me. Come on, stop lying. Look at every YouTube porn star story. They'll say their parents don't watch some porn. The strippers. Sometimes you see a stripper, they got their brother in the crowd at a strip club. So we're gonna stop lying. Then tell the whole truth. We got family members that busting their coochie the whole world. Some of the family members are supporting them. But that's wrong. But we got that is out there.
Hey, you could support them without having to like buy exclusive content and subscribe,
and make
you can support them without requesting to like do this here and do this there. And he went way. That was more than support. Support is okay. You're gonna do your little OnlyFans thing. If you want to give her $2,000, give it. But like, I'm not finna be watching nobody in my family. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
This nigga make it.
Probably never meet again.
I give you a quick story, man. I had a friend of mine who first cousin, he went into a strip club one day. It was a regular day during the week. He got off of work. He said, I'm gonna go have a drink or two. I'm gonna go in the strip club. He goes into the strip club and his first cousin was in there stripping. And she walked from the back because she had to get up on the stage. He didn't even know she was there, but it was his first cousin. He said he just immediately got up and walked out. Like, I can't even do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, like Knox said, I mean, you could say, hey, if that's what you want to do with your life, I ain't gonna judge you, do your thing, but supporting it, seeing it, watching it, that's some creep. That's some creep stuff there. I think
I'm gonna judge you.
that's creepy. That's creepy, man.
Reunion. You know, I saw that heifer on the pole at that.
Yeah, Clip all that.
but
Grandma gonna find out.
Hey, Clip said, "Fuck it."
But listen, but the thing about it that blows my mind though, it's kind of like if you have a porn star and her daddy's like, you know, seeing her bussy wide open and all sort of stuff. Like, how do you really like register that? Like, that's your daughter. That
Hey, it's funny you said that. My bad, Ricardo. Go ahead.
But you good? I got you. Go ahead, Zay. Go.
No. I was gonna say it's funny because I saw an interview on No Jumper where they were talking to this chick. She a porn star, and she was saying that she had a stepdad, and he was a great dad for her and whatnot. He raised her, and I guess he kept in touch with her because the dude and her mom broke up, but he kept in touch with her off and on. But I guess he never knew she was a porn star, and I guess he ended up seeing some of her content, and so he reached out to her, not telling her that he saw it, but just like, hey, I'm gonna be in town, let's go get dinner, whatever. When they went to dinner, she said he was telling her that, like, hey, I saw some of your videos, this, that, and the third, and she said she took him home and smashed him. So it's kind of like a similar situation. Yeah, so it's kind of like a similar situation, except for like she was all for it, and it's like that shit is just crazy as hell to me.
Whoa,
man, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I mean,
that's on some more kind of content creating kind of thing, but that's crazy. But then again, it happens. This was what Trevor was telling the Pour Your Heart Out panelists on the first show when he was describing that you have certain fetishes where you have the son going after the moms or the stepmoms, and they were like, "Oh no, that's a white woman thing." No, baby, it's a thing. It's a fetish. Everybody has their own kinks and whatnot, but that's not out there. It is what it is. It's out there, but it's still creepy as hell, though.
Yeah,
boy. Well,
yeah. I got a question.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Cliff.
When I go to the doctor for my son, like when he was little, the pre-K, on the paper that said,
Cliff, hold on 1 second. Is that Lance? Oh, Lance, why you came so late, man? Well, anyway, you know where it's at now, man. So you can come on over anytime you want. Shit, I'm about to shut the show down. I would tell you hit the panel, but go ahead, Cliff.
On the doctor paper, they said that anybody been to prison less than 2 years just came inside the house. When I fill out the doctor paper, they just want to understand that somebody, thick hard, crazy motherfucker that's in your household. When you go to the doctor, there's like a sign of paper. I'm not sure y'all seen it, right? The only person have anybody been in jail that's around your kid that just got out of jail soon later.
Cliff, you're losing me, man. You're losing me.
Y'all take your kids to the doctor. It's a paper that says anybody been in jail for a certain period of time around your kid. So am I the only person that had that paper or that note or no?
I've never seen anything like that. I don't.
I'm gonna screenshot it. I'm gonna send it when I go to the doctor. It's always on the checkout list. When you check out your kid, they just form. Another thing is they always say on the newspaper, like we had newspaper. They always say if a girl meet a new guy and trying to block sex from the new guy, don't bring your kid around that guy. Because you're gonna be rock hard and you're not giving them sex. Just don't bring your kid around that guy if you're gonna play those games around that guy.
Queen B, I wish you would have came through earlier. So, all right, but okay, because I don't want anybody paint a picture of you, Cliff, because they do that on YouTube. They'll hear you say stuff and then automatically they want to label you as something you're not. You're not agreeing. We just want to go back. You're not agreeing with the stepdad basically paying his stepdaughter for to watch her have sex. You're not agreeing with that.
I'm not agreeing, but it happened a whole lot. A whole lot of family
you shouldn't just say the butt though, man. It's like when you say butt, it always just
that's why he had the abortion, because they smashing their family members. It's just be for real.
Hey, listen, this is the first time in Straight Talk Sessions history that I'm speechless. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm lost.
I think we kind of get what you're trying to say, Cliff, but we're just trying to clean up, the delivery.
Yeah, I guess he's saying the kinky stuff. I mean, there are kinky people out there, and
yeah. And it's not to dismiss that they have kinks out there, but we're just saying, like, I think I get what Cliff is saying. Like, people do shit like this, but then we all get flabbergasted by it. It's not out there. It's just that we're like, yeah, at some point in time, when do you draw the line where you say, all right, this is a little bit weird, or but then again, if you put yourself out there, like Z says, you do run the risk of this happening, where you're gonna see people, whether it be a stepdaddy or a brother or somebody, seeing the content, and we don't know how perverse their mind is gonna go in terms of the way they think. So again, like Trevor was explaining to Shaka on Saturday, when you dress your kids a certain way and you dress them in the cheerleader uniform, there's certain men out there that are perversive, and we as dads try to deliver our message to moms, whereas it's, listen, not appropriate. I don't want my kid doing that.
Hey, you know what? Yeah,
look at this comment.
That.
Hold on, look at this comment from Lance. It's true. Woody Allen married his stepdaughter, and his nasty ass raised her. Not only Woody Allen, but who was it? Jerry Lee Lewis married like a 13 or 14-year-old. So we're not saying that is we're not saying that it's not there, but pertaining to the story, because here's the thing, and I'm Zay, hold that thought, I'm gonna let you go. Pertaining to the story, when we did the first Pour Your Heart Out show and the women came over to introduce themselves, we talked about Tia Mowry wearing something provocative and asking her son how she looked, and I had a problem with that. I made a big stink about it. And then I got into one of the a conversation with one of the panelists, the legend, and we were talking about how the number one genre of porn is like the mommy son porn. All that shit is fantasy though. And then but then she came back and she was like, no, it's that daddy daughter porn turns me on. Yeah, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? But
But Trevor, how many times you see a woman twerking on her son,
and she's dead ass wrong for that? But Cliff, you know me, you know how I feel about that. I feel they're ruining their sons.
Hey, I was gonna say, so I had a homeboy that I knew down there all my life, right? And his peoples was raising somebody else's kids. Like, she had adopted them, had legal custody, whatever, because for whatever reason. And so they were much younger than us, but one of the girls ended up, like, I forgot how old she was. I want to say like 14 or something like that. And the girl's mom, I guess she got her shit together and wanted the kids back. The little girl started being bad at school or whatever. She went to move with her mom. So then now my homeboy mom and these kids' parents started beefing with each other and whatnot. The girl came out and said that my homeboy was messing with her and whatnot, and he went to jail. You feel me? He was locked up for a little minute. He came home. He accepted like 10 years probation or 20 years probation or something like that. And it's like, in my head, I always said, like, you know what? It's no way in hell I believe he did that. You feel me? Until it came time one time where it was me, him, my daughter, and my girl in the crib. And it's like, I wanted to go somewhere. And at that moment, I realized that maybe I believe it, because there ain't no way in hell, like, I'm finna leave my daughter around you. You feel me? Like, it's like sometimes you feel a certain way about a person, and you say a person will never do this and never do that. But I say that to say, like, you can't put it past nobody. And yeah, Trevor, they might say we overprotective and whatnot, but be that, because it's like, it's always somebody lurking, and you never know who it is until it's too late.
Well, fellas, I mean, I don't know what else to say. This was a tremendous conversation. to all the new people that come over here and listen. It's going down every Monday, Man Talk Monday. Lance, I hope you can make it next Monday. Because we know how you go in with the manosphere stuff, and hell, you got an open panel too. You want to come over here and talk about your flat Earth stuff, because I know you big on the flat Earth, so we'd love to hear that too. But I want everybody to go around and go around and give a closing remark, and then I'm gonna shut the show down.
Oh, all right, I'll start off. I appreciate you having me on, Trevor, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Shit, you're a regular co-host now.
Oh yeah, I'm here, man, and I enjoy the conversations and the debates. So and anybody got disagree or agree, want to come on the panel and talk about it. Like I said, where I stand, I defend the manosphere. I defend free, independent thinking black men, and I'm always be for black men putting their happiness first all the time. That's it.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say I agree with what he said. Put your happiness first, because you're the one that got to live your life. And Trevor, I appreciate you having me. I appreciate what you're doing, and just keep rocking out.
Appreciate it. Who? Go ahead, Cliff. What else you gonna shock us with?
No, Q does a good job. It's just like some people don't stop. Just tell the truth sometimes. It's out there. We keep hiding stuff. Just tell the truth and let it go. It'll build a community though. You keep hiding and say, we don't see it out there. Oh, it's nasty. Like, most of these people are nasty. We gotta tell the truth to build a community. We keep telling lies, nothing will be built. We keep getting false information, and the community not gonna get built. So stop telling lies and just tell the truth. Everything will get be better.
I agree with you. I agree. All right, Ricardo, what you got?
Yeah, just to bring it back full circle. So again, fellas, it comes down to communication and how you want your women to understand how you feel. Always disclose it. I'm a big supporter of saying how you feel and not hiding or being like, oh no, I'm not going to say anything. Have discussions. I cannot stress it enough. If you have a problem with what she's doing, or you feel like your feelings or whatever is not being considered, let her know. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want something, let her know. She probably doesn't even know how you're feeling, so stay your mind and get it off your chest and keep it moving. Well, keep up a good job, though, Trevor.
I appreciate it. All right, fellas, I appreciate you guys coming through, man. Until next week, I'll see you guys on Monday. So I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all in the back. Let me go ahead and close out. Well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it again. I don't know what to tell you at this point. Man Talk Monday is the place to be. You're not going to find conversations like this anywhere. I assure you that. We weren't even supposed to go in that direction. I had a Ja Morant story pulled up before Wayne dropped the bombshell on us about the sex and the relationships and stuff. And I was like, well, shit, we might as well just keep it right there. And so we rocked out on that for an hour. That's the beauty about this show. That's the beauty about this panel. If my guests come on and they move the conversation to a different direction, it's fine. I could turn on a pivot. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we could bring it up. I had stories that I wanted to get to, but again, there's always next week. Worst case, if I had to fire up a show later this week, then I will do that. But I just love. I learned in doing this for 2 years, not necessarily the YouTube thing, but doing the podcast for 2 years. You have to be able to move with the way things go. So you may come in wanting to do it one way, but you feel out your audience, you feel out your panel, and then you just allow yourself the cushion to just move. And that's what we do here on Man Talk Monday. So I appreciate my panel guests. I know Mike's phone died or his computer, something like that, so he had to fall off. But you know, we always appreciate Mike. Mike brings that fire and that passion. Wayne, I named him Mr. Captain Manosphere because you know, hey, Wayne gonna give it to you regardless whether you like him or not. He'll tell you, just come have a conversation with him, and that goes to anybody. If anybody says anything on this panel and you want to have, I appreciate that, Tequila, and you want to have a conversation with them, just hit me up. We always down for the conversation. I just have one rule: you never make it personal. You don't overtalk your opponent. And at the end of it, y'all just walk away and hear the shit out. Whether you agree with one another or not, just had a conversation. That's how it goes down over here in the Straight Talk Society. I don't allow the going back and forth, the name calling and all of that stuff. That's unproductive. You don't get anywhere that way. And I think that's why the preachers are now coming over to come talk to me, because they realize there's no bias in me. I'm just gonna let you have a conversation because I don't care either way. You know what I mean? I'm just looking for great content, and I love the Man Talk Monday shows. We do have Wrestling with Reality this week coming up. I don't know what I had to look at the schedule and see what else is coming up. I know Pour Your Heart Out has a show on the 26th, so y'all be sure and tune into that. Be sure to check out this past Saturday, Friday, and Saturday's Pour Your Heart Out show. We got tremendous conversations, especially Saturday's show. I think Saturday's show drove the beginning of this show, because basically today's show was a holdover of what we did on Saturday, because we start talking about the women's attire and things like that. You see, Queen B came over later, and the first thing she put in the chat, wait, women can't be, where is it? Because I don't want to misrepresent her. So here's her comment. So girls can't be cheerleaders now. I don't think anybody said that. But it all depends on when you come into the conversation. But Queen B is a big time co-host on Pour Your Heart Out, so she knows she can always come over to Man Talk Monday if she wants. So there's no issue with that. I love those ladies. They actually, me and Shaka had a very productive, like 20-minute conversation Saturday, which is what led to this. It led to the initial talk. But yeah, St. Louis, I don't know. I'm waiting for him to get back to me. He said he'll do the show, but I reached out to him again and they haven't responded. So I'm not going to beg anybody to come on the show. I would love for him to come on, but if he doesn't, then, fine. So, and what, like I said, we will have St. Louis will be on next Tuesday. So I have a show scheduled next Tuesday because St. Louis took a trip to New Mexico to see the Decalogue Stones. If anybody didn't know about that, he's going to break that down for you. The Decalogue Stones already made the premiere for that. That's next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Like I said, we have Wrestling with Reality coming up this week. We just got content for you, man. We got content that we're just bumping out. Venkat started sending me pictures for the NBA playoffs, so I'm assuming we got to get an NBA show, and they're about to go to the conference finals, and we haven't even reviewed the second round yet. So I'm pretty sure we got to get that in. Trevor, oh, hold on, let me see. Trevor, I believe it was Ricardo that said women need to be careful dressing their daughters in cheerleader uniforms. Yeah, you'd have to go back to the conversation and get the context of that. It was based on a conversation that we had on a previous panel where I was making reference to the shortness of the cheerleaders' dresses now. And again, I'm not even talking about the older ones. I'm talking about the young girls. Because again, a lot of this to me is personal. A lot of this is personal to me because I have a young daughter. I have an 8-year-old daughter. So I see the world through entirely different lenses now. When I see a story like the one I showed you, where a guy who's been a stepfather to a girl since she was 11 now is her biggest supporter on OnlyFans, I got a problem with that. Because it's like, man, if anything was to happen to me, God forbid I die or something, and and somebody comes in and tries to be a stepdad. Like, I think about shit like that, you know. So, but we're gonna have fun on this channel, man. Like I say, ain't no egos over here, because I don't care. Like, I literally, as y'all can see, we've been doing live since my birthday, March 7th. We've probably done way more lives than I ever thought that I would do. But as you guys can see from the shows that we do, we allow our panel guests and the chat to drive the show. I don't come on here with an agenda and this is how it's going to be. It's my way or the highway. It doesn't work like that, because without y'all, I'm not shit. If nobody's listening to me, what sense does it make for me to be talking behind this microphone? So I got to make my guests happy. So now I'm glad that more people are starting to find us and come over to this side, because I feel like we bump out some of the best content on YouTube. Trust me, I hear a lot of shit that goes on YouTube, and it's ridiculous. I feel like nobody is as diverse as us on the topics, because we could talk about anything. I'm gonna be talking about wrestling on Wednesday. I mean, but then we just had a show like this today where men could get on and do what men do and talk. The only thing that was missing was the cigar and the whiskey. And I guess Wayne, yeah, you know, me and Wayne will fire that up soon. So, you know what I mean? It's just how it is, man. This channel is designed to create a society where anybody could come on. You guys go look at the interview I did with Reginald Young. Reginald Young is a legit preacher, but he came on to the channel to talk with a sinner, and he didn't even want to leave because the conversation was so great. Now you got people challenging him in the comments to debate him on this platform based off of the conversation that I had with him. You don't get stuff like that without first being able to have a conversation with people and being warming and inviting and allowing people to come in. Everybody can't do that. So I appreciate, I all praise to the Most High for giving me that gift of gab where I could just get behind this microphone and just be the best. I say it in my intro, when I'm behind this microphone, nobody could touch me. That's just how it is. I cannot be touched behind this microphone. I can't be. So I appreciate Lance for coming over. I definitely want y'all don't know about Lance. If Lance comes over here, y'all think Wayne is something. Y'all got to hear, like, Lance is Wayne on 100 times 100. Like, just turn all the way to hell up. And Wayne and Lance believes in flat earth, not necessarily flat earth, but he doesn't think it's a sphere. But you have to hear his, because I know Lance from SVDL. So, and speaking of SVDL, there was supposed to be a debate tonight, but I think it got rescheduled to tomorrow. So make sure and check that out. Rio and Cozy is going to debate Scheme. Rio is the person I debated in my first debate about Master P against Jay-Z. I lost that, but Rio is the #1 debater in the league, so it didn't bother me that I lost. So the playoffs are in swing going on. We're just trying to get topics together. I'll wait until Solar and Angel announce, you know, my position as far as what's going on with me in the playoffs before I say anything publicly. But just stay tuned to that. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what's going on with that. But y'all tune in to SVDL tomorrow, Solar Vision Debate League tomorrow night. It's going to be a good one. These two got like a blood feud, so it's going to be great that they'll be squaring off in the playoffs at the beginning. So y'all make sure and tune into that. And like I say, anybody's welcome to come over here. You want to come over here and rap, it's fine. My email address, straighttalkwithtrevor@gmail.com. I turn my camera on. You see, I'm a real person. I'm easily accessible. straighttalkwithtrevor@gmail.com. You want to talk to me? Send me a message. Please be sure to like the Facebook page at the Straight Talk Society on Facebook. You know, we're on Instagram and stuff like that, but I don't really do that anymore like I used to. But yeah, I think that's it. And like I stated at the beginning of the show, Prophet Tommy Ingram, I'm gonna get you. You're on my list. You're on my list. You should have never disrespected me. So now you're in my crosshairs. I'm gonna have to get you. I'm not even gonna tell you when it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna have to get you. And when I get you, when I talk bad about people, I go to their soul and I rip their souls right out of them and make you wish that you never talk bad about me and you never call me names and stuff like that. That's how I am. So just know that when you see your name in the title and you see your picture on the thumbnail, just know you're about to get your soul dragged out of you. Prophet. You should see it coming though if you're a prophet. But you should have never insulted me. Should have never disrespected me. And I will be playing exactly what you said, so people know that I'm not playing. Because I asked you a question as a man, and you talked to me like I was a little kid. So I'll have to deal with you on that. But I appreciate everybody coming by. I see the little one coming in, telling me it's time to go. She's telling me we got to go watch wrestling, so I got to be on daddy duty right now. So I appreciate everybody listening. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks to Michael. Thanks to Wayne. Thanks to Cliff. Thanks to Zay for joining the panel. Zay doesn't normally join Man Talk Monday panels, but thanks to Zay for joining the panel. Thanks to Ricardo for coming in. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks to St. Louis, Nene, Queen B. There was a couple of y'all new ones too that I saw in here. Thanks to Lance for coming over. Just thanks to everybody that continues to support this work. I'll see you guys Wednesday. So until then, I'll leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. And with that, peace. And I feel like whenever I'm playing this microphone, I am at my absolute best, and I cannot be touched.
Have you ever danced with the devil? Took a glance at a rebel, had a chance to advance. You are not on my level. You are not my equal. I can pose another sequel. Those that do oppose, I will expose and leave you see with the spines in my eye. Recognize me as a legend. Refuse to cry your Johnson.
Well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it again. Another banger from yours truly, Mr. Straight Talk. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them.